14, iOS 14, the number is now 14, it's no longer the unlucky 13. What do we do now? Hi, I'm Icon. Today, we're going to look at iOS 14. Now, I know everyone's going to look at macOS Big Sur, and most likely watchOS 7 before iOS 14, but I mean, the home screen's all different. And I have it installed on this iPhone 10, which is really, really good. It's surprisingly smooth for a beta 1. So today, why not just look at iOS 14? Don't worry, we'll cover macOS Big Sur and watchOS 7 maybe a little down the line. But today, it's all iOS 14, so let's get into it. Let's go! So, I actually have this video recording of the iPhone. I recorded the screen so you can follow along while I tap on the iPhone. So you can see here that the interface is, full of widgets. It's kind of a blob, so replaces a block of 4 icons that I can actually hold, and I can actually drag it around while I'm wiggle mode. But here's the thing, you actually have to drag around an icon grid of 4. You cannot drag individual icons. It would just send you to the shadow realm, aka page 2. I know, I'm a freak, I use only one page. But yeah, so it's moving 4 icons around, so basically it takes up the space of 4 icons, and right now, if you have to hit the plus button, it's basically all first party widgets. I can actually add the batteries widget here. So, you can only see, iPhone and smaller, more compact style, and you can have a group of 4. So, yeah, but you don't have any other accessories. I don't have AirPods connected to the iPhone 10 I'm using here. But of course, I can also use Smart Stack. So, as you can see, it just chases away these 4 app icons because it replaces 8 apps. So I can swipe up and down. This is a really terrible photo of myself, and then a calendar Smart Stack widget. It's a mouthful, but yeah, you can see your events, you can see your upcoming appointments. So it's really like Android, but still kind of stiff, kind of iOS-y, limity, weird way. You can't really just customize, okay, I just want like 1 or like 2 icons next to it. I can't really drag around a slider to make it just the right widthness I want. Widthness, it's width. iOS 14 is killing me. In fact, the entire WWDC is killing me. I haven't slept in 500 million hours. Please forgive me. But yeah, as you can see, with this Smart Stack here, you can actually just swipe along. It's pretty dope. But yeah, it's really 4 things. It's kind of like that Siri Apple Watch face. You might actually remember that from watchOS 5. And of course, you can swipe along app screens just like you would. And of course, if you hold it into wiggle mode, which right now involves you holding down on the app icon because of haptic touch, and then you have to tap the edit home screen option, or you can just hold down on any part of the home screen and actually just get there. Now I can now tap the dot indicators, and I can actually turn off. I can turn off the second page, and now I have no second page. That's it. There was no second page that they had done. There's no second page. And I can swipe to the right, so it's still installed on my iPhone. So you can see there's a bunch of games, a bunch of social apps that I have swiped away. I have unchecked that page. Now it lives here. So I can still access my games if I want to play 8-ball. And if I want to look at all of these app icons, I can just tap, and then it's kind of reminiscent of that old iPhone 4 folder view. So I have this kind of old view, and you can see some icons are full size, some icons are a smaller size. In fact, if you want to, let's say I want to open up GarageBand, I can just tap the icon directly. I don't actually have to drill in there. It's pretty dope, right? Welcome to GarageBand. Cool. And this yellow indicator on the top right means that now iOS is going to show you that you're being recorded. I think green when the iSight camera is turned on, and yellow when it's only audio. So let's check that out. So here I am, FaceTime, look at that. So Yeah, that's right. There's a green dot on the top here. So yeah, so green dot, kind of reminiscent of the MacBook. So yeah, of course you can search through app library. So it's basically a giant collection of apps. It's an alphabetical list now. So it's kind of like the Apple Watch. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And swipe all the way to the left. It's just another widget page, which actually kind of confuses me, because you would think that with widgets on your home screen now, there will not be more widgets, but I guess this is also an option for people if they want, a separate page for widgets, a separate page for app icons, kind of like in previous versions of iOS. You get that option as well, so just throw it in there. Of course, you can turn this off. But yeah, one thing to note, besides this really ugly photo, I'm just gonna swipe this away, is there's no such option of putting widgets into the app grid on iPadOS, which you would think that on the iPad there should be these widgets there day one. I think, logically it should be there before the iPhone, but no, it's only on the iPhone. And inexplicably, I guess the Today view is sort of the widget view on iPadOS, and so they don't feel the need to include a widget page because, the widget's already next to the app icon, so don't really need it. Also, in iPadOS, there is no app library, which means that this page is not on the iPad. I really don't know why, and I think it'll be useful for like a computer-esque setup that the iPad is now becoming. It's kind of like the All My Files page on Finder, or the Launchpad inside macOS. It's surprisingly missing, but it's also even year for the iPad, which means that there is going to be way less features, but it's just a glaring omission. Some other features in iOS 14, as you can see here. I'm just going to drill into clock. Now, let's say I want to set an alarm. Now, this is kind of weird because, as you've seen with macOS Big Sur, there's this little push back towards skeuomorphism. But in iOS 14, this seems to have been removed or reduced slightly, because now you can see here, add an alarm. When I tap to edit the time, it's now just the keypad. Now, a lot of people didn't notice this, and I only found out on Twitter like 10 minutes before I recorded this video, which weirds me out. But there is a keypad. That's right, there is a keypad to replace that little roller thing. I don't know what you call that, a Rolodex wheel. It's this weird roller thing that's gone now, so now I have to punch in the keypad like I do a passcode log, so I can put in 565, and I can hit save, and it auto corrects to 605, and I can just tap PM. Previously, when you switch from AM to PM, when you tap select a different time, so to speak, it automatically switches between AM and PM, and people get peeved about that, and now it's gone in iOS 14, so if I want to set an alarm for 6:05 p.m., yeah, there it is. Hit the save button, and now I have an alarm for 6:05 p.m. But if you're wondering, is there a roller in the timer app? Yes, there is. So the timer app still has the weird Rolodex thing, which is kind of weird. Now, the flatness also came to the calendar app. So I already have a new event page set up. You can see here that the date is no longer that weird wheel with the day of the month next to the month and the day. You right now can pick from the field of a full calendar month, and now it's back when you tap the month itself. So I can select October 2020, tap the month again, I can select the day very easily, but as you can see, the time still there. So I want to say 8:45 a.m. on October 15th, which is 2 weeks after my birthday. I can do that. So I can hit add, and should be in October. That's right. So 15th. So it's the same here, but it's kind of a de-skeuomorphic design, which is weird in iOS 14 when they're starting to swing it back. So yeah, it's really just a kind of a minor update. There isn't really much to talk about in terms of iOS 14. So I can add widget and it just replaces the top here. So yeah, I quite like music, so it's right up there. I can tap these album art and it will thankfully not play because I really don't want another copyright strike, but it hasn't played. It just shows you a screen, and if you're playing a song from Moby here, you can see the color matches the album art. So you don't even have to tap the lyrics button, right? Previously it's only in the lyrics view. Now it's just standard, but it only shows up in the song itself. So in the album view, it's just still the standard music UI. So yeah, that's iOS 14. It's just really minor, despite how it just seemed to be so drastically different, because this is really the first redesign of the iOS home screen since the original iOS. I made a video for it. If you want to look at what the original iOS looked like, there's the video, there's the iCard. Go click on it and you can go take a look, and you'll see that it really hasn't changed in 13 years. That was not hyperbole. iOS really hasn't changed from a grid in 13 years. And it still looks like a grid, but it's a slightly more customizable grid. You can drag in app icons. But yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's iOS 14. It's surprisingly short. I thought it's going to be a way longer video, but a lot of the dark mode improvements, a lot of low power mode already came in previous versions of iOS. And also too, if you have an iPhone XR or an iPhone XS, you get the iPhone 11 Pro camera UI. You get to tap to change the resolution of the video camera on the fly, which is great. But other than that, that's basically it. There isn't really much else to talk about in iOS 14. I guess it's for the better, because end users, not you and me, but your grandma or your mom and dad or your friends, they might not be as savvy, and it'll take time for them to adjust. So yeah, that's iOS 14. I hope you enjoyed this weird icon tour. I don't know why you needed me, but I'm glad that you're here. Yeah, click that button below. Goodbye!